Hi there and welcome everyone to my cooking class. Super excited that you came back in to hang out in my kitchen. Today we're going to do a really fun dish because it's October, and I'm not sure if you're aware of this, but in the United States, October is officially National Pasta Month. So I don't know if you've been watching on Epicure, but our product's selling off the shelf, and one of our more recent products, which is the creamy pesto chicken dish, is currently at the moment, although it'll be back soon, is not available. And I was thinking with Thanksgiving coming, some of you might have leftover chicken, turkey, ham, and I thought we'd show you a great little recipe that would be really good to enjoy while we're having our leftovers. So it's not Thanksgiving yet, as you know. I wanted to give you this idea before the season actually got here. And what we're doing is I'm just cooking up some chicken. Now you could do ham if you prefer, doesn't really matter. But I just thought with all that turkey left over, you probably have some leftovers. So you would eliminate this step totally. So here's a fun food fact. Are you aware that pasta actually came from China? Yeah, I know the Italians out there are going to be so mad at me, but apparently it goes back to the 5th century BC. And in the 13th century, Marco Polo apparently went to China and brought back pasta. Well, once it got to Italy, they took the control of that and created one of the national mainstays. It is so popular in Italy. And in fact, the average person in Italy actually eats roughly 60 pounds, 60 pounds of pasta per person every year. Now that's a lot of pasta. Now, the top 3 pastas, do you know what they are? Well, it's penne, macaroni, and spaghetti. Today we're doing fettuccine, which is just a larger noodle than spaghetti. Now, I know you guys always like to hear the fun food facts, so I'm going to tell you a funny little story. So, get a bowl. Give me a quick second. Hang on. There we go. Sorry, I wasn't prepared, was I? So anyway, back in 1957, on April 1st, the BBC actually did a documentary about the spaghetti bush. Yes, if you can believe, spaghetti grows on a bush. And people were intrigued, a little confused, but intrigued. But a lot of people actually thought, if spaghetti grows on a bush, I want that bush. And so needless to say, we were inundated with people's queries on where do you get this bush that Switzerland has called the spaghetti bush. I know if they really just thought about it, they'd realize, haha, April Fools. Anyways, so pasta is important in any mainstay household. And of course now with gluten-free options, it's becoming more mainstay for those people who are gluten intolerant as well. So what I'm doing here, as you saw, I cooked up 1 chicken breast, but if you've got leftover turkey, by all means use it. And what you're just gonna do is cook it up or just use your leftovers and set it aside. Now I had cooked it in a fry pan with a little bit of oil, olive oil, and a little bit of butter. Everything's better with butter, right? Anyway, and now I just have a few mushrooms that were in my fridge that I wanted to use up. And you know, this entire year I had said to myself, I am not throwing away food. When they're talking about this coming winter, they're actually saying the average grocery bill in Canada is going to go up by $460 some. That's a pretty substantial increase. In fact, it's roughly about 4%, which is beating the cost of inflation. So I want to just show you some ways on how you can maybe not throw out your food, use up leftovers, and have a really fun meal. Now, I've just cut up my mushrooms, and I was using our ceramic knife, which I absolutely love, and I just brushed off my mushrooms. Now I did not put any salt on them, because apparently if you put salt on, once they start to go brown, it brings out the flavor, and it actually allows your mushrooms to actually sweat a bit and get that really nice meaty flavor. Doesn't take long, but it appears my mushrooms are good to go. So I'll just grab my little container that I have my chicken in, and we'll just add this to it as well. Just want to make sure you guys can see what I'm up to here. Okay, so that didn't take long at all. Now, what we're going to do next is we're going to actually make the pesto cream sauce. And so what I've got here, just let me get my stove started, is I've got 1.5 cups of milk. I am just following the instructions on our Alfredo package. And it literally says you can do this in the microwave. However, I thought today I'd do it on the stove. And this is our multi-purpose pot. It comes in 2 different sizes. The big boy, which is a 12-cup multi-purpose pot. And then of course we've got our cute little 8-cup. Now in the inside, there's actually measuring graduations printed right inside the pot, which is great. You can actually see that I've got 1.5 cups of milk. I'm then just going to add this package, and with our brand new scissors that is in the product line this season, just gonna cut the package and add it to my milk. Now, I had mentioned that some of our new product is flying off the shelf. People have been waiting. Of course, with COVID and more people eating at home, it's become quite a commodity to have Epicure in the pantry, because it's just so easy to cook. We're just going to give this a quick little stir. I'm going to turn down my heat a bit. Oops, not off. And the instructions actually say that we're going to whisk this for 4 to 5 minutes until it's a little thick. Now, our new product line actually had a creamy pesto chicken. And because it's sold out at the moment, it'll be back. But because it's sold out, I thought we'd make it at home. So this is actually our pesto seasoning, and it's a dry mix, but we can totally add this right into this Alfredo mix. So grabbing your 4-in-1 spoon, the instructions on here actually says 2 tablespoons of mix to some seasoning. Well, I'm going to actually just put in 2 teaspoons, because I don't want to over season it, because I want to get that nice flavor of my mushrooms. But I do want that nice, beautiful pesto smell. And of course, that Alfredo sauce, so easy. Okay, so it's thickening up nicely. I think it says now put it down to a simmer. Yeah, bring to a boil over medium heat, reduce heat, simmer 2 to 3 minutes until thickened. Well, you can see that it's thickening up really nice. Isn't this pot amazing? Okay, so now let's get our pasta going. So using the same fry pan that I originally started with, what I'm going to do is, first off, I'm going to put my pasta sauce in here. You can still see it's a little hot. Using my sauté spoon here. I love that it's sort of like a spatula and scoop all in one. I'm going to get every little bit of this cream sauce into my pan. Now, I've pre-cooked the fettuccine, and this is our collapsible strainer, which I absolutely love. Now, I do want to mention, how do you know when you do pasta to the right consistency? Well, they actually say you should be able to cook it al dente. And if you threw it against a wall, it would stick. Well, I've never gone over to people's houses seeing pasta hanging on the wall, and I actually don't know if that really works. It might have worked in the day when there was plaster walls, but I don't think it's a real big thing these days to be throwing pasta against a wall. We have timers. That usually works. Okay, so I'm going to throw my pasta that's al dente into my sauce. I'm actually going to get my grip and grabs. I love these for playing around. And I'm going to put back in the container my mushrooms and my chicken. You can see I didn't overcook them. It's got lots of juice. And I will say that if you're making this a little in advance, I don't know if you noticed, but I had drained my pasta and I kept about a cup of the pasta water. And the reason you do that is the longer this sits before the family gets to the table, your pasta will absorb your sauce. So you may find that you need to add a little bit of pasta water just so it doesn't get too thick, but nice and creamy. So what else can I tell you about this? Oh, if you want to make it really fancy, like for a date night, and just so you know, I'm doing this on our anniversary. We're getting ready to go traveling to see the kids. But if you are wanting to do really, really fancy and it's for you and that special person in your life, what you might want to do is put this on a dish and just drizzle a little bit of truffle oil. Wouldn't that be awesome? You can also grate a little bit of Parmesan on top. So I can see that it's thickening up quite a bit now. Little too thick for me. I do want to make sure that it's creamy and not totally sticking. So I'm probably going to add, I think, about a half a cup of my pasta water. Now, like I said, don't throw out your pasta water. Keep it on the side. These are our beautiful Prep Pro bowls, and you can put a lid on it. Just keep it to the side, and then if people aren't getting to the table fast enough, you can simply add the pasta water, which has great flavor, to this pasta dish and totally enjoy it. So there you go, folks. I hope you enjoyed learning how quickly you can make a beautiful, creamy fettuccine pesto chicken mushroom dish in literally minutes. Hope you enjoyed this, and remember, you do not need to wait for some special occasion to have this meal. As you saw, you can whip this up in a heartbeat. Take care and come back to another cooking class. I look forward to helping you in your kitchen. Bye for now.